Boom shakalaka, Bitcoin and the entire cryptocurrency market down another 3% today. People are extremely fearful at 11%. Today's video, we're going to be taking a look at exactly what's going on with Bitcoin, what levels to look out for, plus some very interesting charts that give us an idea as to what could happen with Bitcoin in the near future. And when we expand to a longer time horizon, some very shocking charts that no one has taken a look at yet. You definitely want to stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, we're taking a look at exactly what is going on with Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Why is it dumping? How long will this dump last? Where is it going to? And how do I get my gosh darn money back? We're going to be covering all of that stuff today, so you definitely want to stay tuned. Before we get into it, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. It helps out so gosh darn much. Also, come join us over on Twitter at the Crypto Love. And today's video is sponsored by Artrade, so stay tuned till the end for a sponsored review. Now, people are fearful. Look at this, 11, almost single digits. We haven't seen this much fear for quite a while. As a matter of fact, if we take a look at the fear and greed index over time, guess what? It rarely ever gets down to these levels. Rarely. But right now, extreme fear. And as we see, the market has tumbled another 3% today. Bitcoin down to 35,488, Ethereum at 2465, BNB at 376, Cardano 111, Solana $97, XRP 61 cents, and Terra Luna 67.90. Now, if we take a look at the Bitcoin chart, I am still not worried. A lot of people are scared. A lot of people are fearful. Maybe you bought the top, but guess what? If you bought the top and you wait in Bitcoin 5 years, you'll have thought you were the smartest person ever. However, buying the top right now probably sucks, so I sympathize with you. But that being said, between $30,000 and $53,000, I'm not worried because at this point, nobody knows where Bitcoin's going. Sure, on Twitter, people are yelling out, it's a bear market. Sure, some people are still saying, it's a bull market. But the honest answer is, we just don't know. If we knew, everybody would be on the same page. And we just don't know at this point. If we take a look here, though, we can see with this volume profile, right where we are right now, this roughly at $33,848 is the beginning of some serious support. A lot of volume changed hands here, potentially could be a good support level for Bitcoin, hopefully keeping the price above $30,000. Now, why $30,000? Because if it tumbles below there, that would indicate a double top one being right here, top two being over here, confirmation point right down here. If it tumbles below there, we could see Bitcoin heading a lot lower. But if it changes direction, if it gets above 53, well, that could be bullish. Now, what else is going on with Bitcoin? Well, is it a surprise that the Bitcoin price has tumbled? Because if we take a look at this chart, average monthly returns for Bitcoin, January, generally not that great a month. But this chart is misleading because this considers a lot of data from 2010 to 2014, which is vastly different from what Bitcoin is right now. As a matter of fact, if we just take a look at the last 4 years of the data from that chart, look at this. January, the most negative month ever. Should this be a surprise that Bitcoin tumbled in January? I would say no. Now, February could actually be somewhat of a good month, but March also. January and March, the two most negative months for Bitcoin. So, could we see the price continue to tumble? Yes. Where to? Well, 30,000 seems like a good level. However, if we want to reach full capitulation before the price takes off, it has to hit $20,000, maybe even $17,000. Have people really thinking Bitcoin could go to zero. Then we'll get some serious capitulation. And then things will take off. But why is Bitcoin tumbling? Well, pretty much because the stock market is tumbling. Really no other reason. As a matter of fact, this week's Bitcoin correlation to the NASDAQ reached all-time highs. It's never been that high before. And just news of the Fed saying they could increase interest rates, causing the stock market to collapse. Do you think that the government wants to collapse the stock market? I don't think so. Because civil unrest, they could potentially be scared. If the stock market tumbles, they might lose their jobs, if not their heads. So, that being said, I don't think that they're going to be as aggressive with increasing interest rates or doing some of these other things. It could just be this is fear from the news. And if we take a look here, a lot of people are saying, hey, I better sell now. I better capture my gains. I have to pay taxes. I have to celebrate Chinese New Year. Or maybe I better get out before the price tumbles. This is a very, very interesting chart. First time I saw it from Invest Answers. So just sharing some of Bitcoin's history. So the average correction duration for Bitcoin is 89 days, 3 months. Okay, average correction, that's how long it takes. The average correction is negative 57%. Not bad, goes down 2/3. Okay, however, the average gains after the correction, 362%. So it goes down 57%, but after that, you gain 362%. I'll take that every day and twice on Sundays. As a matter of fact, the average period to recover is 257 days. That includes bear markets. But like I said, nobody knows at this moment if we're in a bull market or if we're in a bear market. And I have evidence coming up that we may still be in a bull market, despite what everybody on Twitter says this being a bear market. I survived the bear market from 2018 until 2020. This is nothing like that. This is just a little drop in the pond. If you want a bear market, prices crash and they stay that low for 2 years. That's a bear market. This right now, not much. But if we go back to this chart right here, average period to recover excluding bear markets, 64 days. So if we're still in a bull market, okay, that means 2 months to recover. So price is tumbling right now. Guess what? Could recover by the end of March, which coincidentally, based on CBBI.info's peak halving to peak days, March 29th is actually the date that suggests the peak based on this halving to peak days right here. So again, going back to this chart, everything is looking good, saying maybe you don't want your money to be on the sideline because guess what? It could potentially bounce back just as quickly as it tumbled, which brings us to this chart right here, which I heard the same type of information about the stock market a long time ago, how basically you're just better off keeping your money in there. Even if it goes down, chances are it's going to go up over the long term, even more so for Bitcoin. So for the Bitcoin annualized returns, 2013 through 2021, if we take a look, had you have had your money in there all the time, every year, the average, 147% returns. That's over 10 times. That's like 12 times the average for S&P 500 returns. So that's 12 times that on average. But if you miss the top 10 days, like let's say you hedge into Tether or USDC or whatever you're going to do, and then all of a sudden the market takes off, you miss one of those top 10 days. Well, you missed the top 10 days. Guess what? You're down to 90%. However, if you miss the top 20 days, and this is 20 days over 8 years, if you miss the top 20 days, you basically half, 61% returns. You miss the top 30 days, guess what? A fifth. So as you can see, not being in the market actually could be a bit riskier than trying to time the market. Which brings us to this one, which is just a word of warning to guys, because, everybody wants to get rich quick and, like everybody lost money yesterday. I went out with a friend. He's like, man, I'm having a bad day. I lost money yesterday. I'm like, yeah, everybody lost money yesterday. But here's the thing. You don't want to try and make up for stupid with some more stupid. And that's what's going on right here. Checkmate says, I would not want to be short on Bitcoin right now. Here's why. The bears have had an epic run, but this is the stage where those who just capitulated in pain go leveraged short to win it all back. So basically, the people who bought the top and sold at $30,000 are like, you know what? It's crashing to nothing. I'm going to go 100x leverage short Bitcoin right now. And basically, the sub 30K call is too obvious right now. Short term, I wouldn't want to be short. And that's just a word of caution. I wouldn't want to use leverage, period, because leverage is what causes market cycles. If we didn't use leverage and debt, we wouldn't have these significantly steep, debilitating market cycles like we have right now. But clearly, it's not going to happen. So anyways, back to the CBBI.info. As we can see here, guys, still no evidence that we even saw a peak in this cycle. Again, the highest it ever was when Bitcoin was at $56,000. That's the highest. I don't think that was a peak. And as a matter of fact, this chart right here, the Brave New Coin Liquid Index for Bitcoin, we can see that is extremely unlikely we yet saw the peak. Why? Well, if we take a look, we know that Bitcoin halvings influence the price. And why? Because each block, there's half as many Bitcoin as a reward, so it makes it more scarce. Thereby, supply and demand, price should theoretically go up. Well, if we take a look at the Bitcoin price at the halving, we can see that that price there previously was broken through with a blow-off top. That happened back in 2013. Again, the halving here, we go to the halving price, we go back, we see that price was broken through with a blow-off top. Now we continue this same orange trend line that we are in right now, and we take a look, even at the lowest possible price it could be at during the halving coming up in 2024. If we go back, we did not yet break that line, suggesting that we have not yet seen the top. Not only that, but just the expanding, lengthening cycles theory. As you can see here, the time between the halving and the peak, about a quarter of the distance across. The time here between the halving and the peak, about a third of the distance across. You see where I'm going? 1/4, 1/3. Well, this one could potentially suggest 1/2, making right around here, basically April of 2022, somewhere around there, the top. Again, that's the date suggested by the Colin Talks Crypto Bitcoin Bull Run Index. And if we were to have the 2-month correction that's suggested by this, well, potentially that would put us right around that same area, end of March, beginning of April, for somewhat of a correction. Not only that, but just to give you guys a little bit more confidence, because people think that the price could tumble, and it very well could. I can't predict the future. I don't know what's going to happen with Bitcoin, but I can look at charts, I can look at history, and I can speculate, because that's what I like to do every day. Well, if we take a look, this 200 weekly moving average for Bitcoin, we can see right here, this dark blue line, that historically, Bitcoin has rarely ever broken through. It broke through back here in January 2015, but that was a wick. It broke through here for a couple weeks back in August of 2015. It broke through for 2 weeks, the COVID bottom down here. Well, that bottom lines up with the bottom of this orange trend line. So there's two indicators suggesting a bottom right around $20,000, which coincidentally was also the previous peak here back in 2017. So 3 indicators of support at $20,000 would suggest that that could potentially be the bottom if we even see that low. Which brings us to this. I mean, Bitcoin's in the news now. Bitcoin briefly tumbles below $40,000 to the lowest since September as investors shed risk. People are scared. But you know what? Before that, Bitcoin falls further to $4,000. You remember that back in 2018? Or how about this one? Back in 2014, Bitcoin falls below the $400 mark. If we take a look, every time Bitcoin's still up an order of magnitude, 400 to 4,000 to 40,000. The next time will be $400,000 that Bitcoin will be going to. And I think some good advice from probably a wealthy individual and also a smart individual when it comes to handling money. So here's words of wisdom. A couple things. He says, don't teach pigs to sing. It wastes your time and annoys a pig. Okay? 2, if you argue with an idiot, there's 2 idiots. And that's a good one, especially for crypto Twitter. The third one, wisdom is scarce. Stupidity is infinite, which is just going back to saying, be careful with what you're doing. You may not want to short Bitcoin right now. And lastly, I think this is the best advice. This is not the time to be arguing with pigs. Be wise and buy gold, silver, and Bitcoin. Look at this. Everybody's scared about Bitcoin. Everybody's scared about cryptocurrency. But probably one of the smartest people with money on the planet right now is saying buy Bitcoin. So you have to look and see what smart people are doing, not what scared little chicken littles are doing with their money. So guys, that's it for the episode today. If you did enjoy it, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. Now, onto the sponsored review of artrade. Now, this is a sponsored review, so clearly do your own due diligence. This is not an endorsement of the project. I'm merely presenting the project to you, and then you can do your own due diligence and determine if this is something you're interested in. Now, artrade. Join the NFT revolution with artrade, the first NFT mobile application powered by Solana. Right now, they have their ICO going on right now for another 29 days, 12 hours, 44 minutes, and 22 seconds. They're in round 3 right now. The total raised $4.5 million US already. They raised $200,000 in the private sale, $1.5 million in round 1, and $2.3 million in round 2 of the ICO, which is going on right now. And if this is something you're interested in participating in, you can either click participate on their website, artrade.app, or you can click the link down in the pinned comment. Now, let's take a look a little bit more about this project. So, NFT Live exclusive feature. Capture your top moments and transform them into NFTs from your smartphone. They have NFT real features. Be the artist you always wanted to be. Sell your real works directly to your audience online, totally securely, and do away with any intermediaries thanks to NFT technology. You can connect Instagram and Twitter, so you can import your notoriety and identify yourself on artrade via the connection with Instagram and Twitter. Now they have user-friendly design for mainstream adoptions. You can buy, create, and share. So you can pay in fiat or in crypto at a fixed price or at an auction. NFT marketplace has never been so accessible. Create NFTs in just a few clicks at no charge from your smartphone or computer. And create your NFT galleries to share with your favorite works with your community intuitively. Ultra fast and low fees. You can mint your NFTs for less than a centime and just in a few seconds on Artrade, powered by Solana. Now, Artrade is unique comparing it to some of the other more popular platforms you can see up top here. Artrade clicks all the boxes with low fees, cross-chain, NFT Live, NFT Real, community token, social network, Instagram and Twitter sync, payment fiat crypto, mainstream design, integrated wallets, smartphone apps, and ethical and eco-friendly. Now, revolutionary, innovative, and eco-friendly. Finally, an ethical and eco-friendly NFT platform with climate partner and also Binance charity. They have exclusive NFTs for Artrades with these awesome and popular artists you can see here behind my head. And then if we take a look here, you can see the team all the way down here. Pretty large team that they have working on the project. So that is what's going on with their website. Now, if we take a look at the ICO website, you can see there's a little bit less than a month left to participate. And you can go ahead and click buy ATR token if you are interested. So they're talking about the growth of the NFT market in 1 year has grown quite exponentially. A lot of traded in the second half of 2021 and a lot of active wallets consuming NFTs. The NFT market is skyrocketing. So their ICO defined as the most innovative NFT platform in 2022 with a few different rounds. So structuring, fintech, and global campaigns. And you can see what they're doing in all of these different rounds, from development of version to team expansion, developing brand ambassadors, all the way to development of NFT real functionality, integration with other blockchains, partnership with celebrities, expansions of teams and servers, and then global communication, advertising, massive commercial prospection, and partnership with luxury brands. Now, why the ATR token? Their token enables you to access unique functionalities on the platform while giving holders the right to vote on certain strategic decisions. With an anti-dumping process to foster price stability and growth after the ICO, they've designed their smart contracts so the tokens are issued gradually at listing. Tokenomics is described in the white paper. And then we can take a look at the ATR tokens per round. We can see here that round 1 is complete, round 2 is complete, round 3 is going on right now at about 4 cents per ATR with a $150 minimum ticket. Again, you can click there for buy if you are interested. They have payment accepted, many different payment methods, KYC and AML security checks, and also the smart contract audited by CertiK. We can go take a look at that smart contract. Here, this was done on December 22nd of 2021. And if we scroll down, we can see this summary right around here. Vulnerability summaries, there's 2 mediums, 1 acknowledged, 1 resolved, and then 1 informational. So overall there, it looks good, but you can see that whole security assessment done by CertiK. And furthermore, you can check out their white paper. It is a very nice looking white paper. They've done a lot describing what Artrade is and how it is unique and why it is useful. So in a nutshell, that is Artrade for you. Definitely go check out their website at artrade.app or click the link down in the pinned comment. Thank you so much for sponsoring the episode. I will catch you guys later. Have a good one. Peace.